For the first time ever, I'm going to take you for a walk around the world's best left-hand drive to right-hand drive conversion facility. I'm Rob Hill, CEO at Autogroup. Let's go for a walk. So what do? We convert American vehicles, whether they are muscle cars, SUVs, or indeed things like these pickup trucks, and you'll see a lot of them in our tour. Our job is to convert them from left-hand drive to right-hand drive. We've been doing it for 30 years. We've converted 4,500 vehicles in that time. It is super cool, but we've never ever let people come inside our factory. So come for a walk with me. I'm going to show you something really, really cool. So where do we start? Let's start at the start. This is one of any number of our inbound vehicles. So you can see this is a Toyota Tundra pickup, hybrid, absolutely spectacular. So it recently arrived from North America, ready for left-hand drive to right-hand drive conversion. Sitting here is an F350, so it is in our quality control bay, so it's going through its final check. So this bad boy came in about a month ago, brand new, left-hand drive, and it's gone through our entire process to this point here where it's going through its final 1,600 odd point quality control check. But you'll see here, if we can jump in, that this is in right-hand drive. So Ford F350, it's the Lariat trim, so mid-range through the trim models, but it's in right-hand drive, ready to go. So in the next day or so, it will be finished, packed, packaged, popped in a 40-foot shipping container and shipped off to one of the 40-odd countries that we export to around the world. And let's just wander through as we go down. So you'll see today a huge range of pickup trucks, muscle cars, SUVs that we're converting. Some super cool things. So this is a GMC Sierra. It's a 3500 and it's a dually. So you can see, we pop out the back here without me falling over. You can see the dual wheels back here. So massive towing capacity. But this vehicle, believe it or not, is only maybe 3 or 4 days away from being converted. So you'll see as we walk through the factory today, vehicles that are in a whole range of different stages. So the Sierra runs a full plastic dashboard. It's super cool. Next door, we're on to another Sierra. So that was a 3500. This is a 2500. This has literally just arrived. So as I crash into the toolbox. So within a month, this Sierra 2500, which is left-hand drive currently, will be converted to right-hand drive. And as we spin around, and we'll keep walking as we go through, but you can see behind me some of the cars that I absolutely love. I mean, a pickup truck is super practical. An SUV is incredibly practical when you've got a family, but you cannot beat things like a Chevrolet Camaro. So this is a 2SS 6.2 litre, absolutely business, or these bad boys here, which are quite clearly Dodge Challengers, Hellcat Red Eye wide bodies, 797 horsepower. They are bonkers, absolutely bonkers. So whether you want a Camaro or a Dodge Challenger or a Dodge Charger, we're able to convert them from left-hand drive to right-hand drive. And I guess the thing to remember is that for 30 years we've been doing that. You'll see today some of our 185 odd crew who work here in Sri Lanka. So all of our vehicles, we buy them in North America, we ship them here as he crashes into the sand, ship them here, our team does the conversion, and then we ship them out across the world. So another Sierra going through. Morning, mate. And again, you can see here, this is actually a good one to look at. Keep going, boys, that's all right. But this is in its final stages of conversion. So this one is literally a day or so away from being finished, into a box, and away we go. And again, AT4 in for conversion. So again, you're seeing the various stages of our vehicles. So we have vehicles coming in every single day. We have vehicles going out every single day. As we're sitting here, the Ford Platinum, obviously the Platinum, or maybe not obviously, it's the second from the top when it comes to the Ford Super Duty trucks. So this bad boy is about to go through its process as well. So this is an F350, Super Duty of course, in the Platinum trim, but I promise you we didn't actually set this up, but this bad boy is just about finished. It's going through its final production phases, so literally today this will be finished by production and handed over to our quality assurance team for its final inspections before it's put on the water. But, so sitting there, F350 Platinum in right-hand drive, and then sitting here is another F350 Platinum, but this bad boy is still in left-hand drive. So you could probably go backwards and forwards on the YouTube video if you want to, but that is a perfect example of what we do. Our ability to be able to take a brand new left-hand drive vehicle and in a matter of weeks, convert it from left-hand drive back into right-hand drive. It's worth saying we've done 4,500 vehicles, so we're pretty bloody good at what we do. We have an incredible team, and we have the skills and knowledge, the processes, etc., to ensure that every single vehicle is converted safely, properly. No dodgy backyard crap in some shed somewhere, but done properly, fully homologated and ADR compliant, but done absolutely safely. And again, another 84, we might pop around this side. You can see this is right at the early stages of conversion, so bonnet off, fenders off, radiator off, everything ready to go. Just come through, brother. And you'll be able to swing around, and you can see here, we're right at the very stages of our conversion. So we've stripped the interior, the dashboard. We're currently doing the firewall modifications, and from there we then start to build back in and away we go. So far you've seen quite a few pickup trucks, you've seen some cool muscle cars. We'll come back to one of my favourites over here. This is Hummer Corner, so we've got, I don't know, half a dozen Hummers in at the moment, and they're being done under every 4 weeks it takes to convert a vehicle. But let's show you, that one's not very far away, but this one here is going through its final testing. This one's super special for the clients who buy this one. They get to keep Tarindu. Is that all right? Yeah. But absolutely perfect. And again, you know, ADR compliant, safe to, legal to import, ISO quality controlled. So I guess the Hummers for us is a bit of a passion in the sense that, you know, we've been converting vehicles for 30 years. So my dad, who started the business, is known, I don't know, they did hundreds and hundreds of H2 and H3 Hummers. So, you know, we learnt our Hummer skills 20 years ago. We learnt our EV skills on being the first in the world to do the F-150 Lightning. But again, another Hummer in going. So our Hummer production is just running just about around the clock, pushing them out, exporting them around the world. So if you see one in Indonesia or India or Australia, there are a couple of things to look for, and watch out for our YouTube video and we'll jump into it, but good chances are it's from us. Sitting in here, and we won't jump in, but we can probably B-roll it out, is our stores department, and this for me is absolutely critical. This is obviously where all of our stores, our parts, our accessories are, but what it also houses is all of our spare parts. So there, and indeed up along the roofline, is where all of our parts, accessories, etc. are stored. But the most important part is, well, there are two important parts. One is that we have all of the parts that we need here for our vehicle conversions, but most importantly, we also have all of our parts for our warranty. So we provide a worldwide warranty on our vehicles. So, you know, great, if you've got a brand new 2024 vehicle and you have a problem, we'll have the spare part. But equally, if you've got a 2022 or a 2018 or 2010, we'll either have the spare part here, or if we manufactured it, we have the ability to reproduce it, which is super important when you think forward to ensure that the vehicle that you have converted is the conversion organisation, I don't know, professional. Do they run conformity of production? Are they a professional outfit? So when you need a spare part in 3 years' time, they're going to have it. So as we keep walking through, another Hummer. Now, it's worth saying, I'm only going to show you building one today. We've got our own facility here, our own campus, if you will. So, but we're just going to show you building one today. Our steering rack development team, so this is where we do all of our own steering rack design, so steering rack or boxes. And this is a combination of, and you can see here, our engineers and indeed our production crew that are involved in actually doing the research, the development and the design, whether it's for a steering box or a rack. But again, for us, it's not about, I don't know, cobbling crap together. It's about creating an engineered solution that is specific for the vehicle. You know, quite clearly, the steering systems for a nearly 800 horsepower Challenger is very different from, I don't know, a lesser vehicle. So that is one of the benefits, I guess, of us having 30 odd engineers, that we have the skill set of being able to design and indeed manufacture ourselves the componentry that we need for our conversions from left-hand drive to right-hand drive. All right, so we're stepping around to some more of our bays. So this is where we put a number of our SUVs. So you can see here, GMC Yukon Denali. You know it's an Ultimate because you can see the Vader grille on it. But if we come and have a look in here, you can see once again that the vehicle is not very far away from being completed. So probably a week or so away, boys working hard. It's worth highlighting though that everything that we do is handmade. So, you know, we're taking an OEM vehicle that's built on a production line, we're doing massive open heart surgery, converting it from left-hand drive to right-hand drive. But the reason that I've got 180 odd crew here is that things are done by hand, which makes them absolutely perfect. So let's keep spinning around. Behind me, another Yukon. So we are doing a huge number of the Yukon Denali and the Denali Ultimates. There's no doubt, and we'll show you some other cool things in a minute, but they are amazing. So as we step into our welding department, so we've got a huge team of incredibly talented welders. So when it comes to doing engine mounts or steering rack mounts, doing the actual, let's just pop over here, the redesign of the backbone, the skull of the dashboard. Obviously we're moving the steering wheel, the brake accelerator pedals from left-hand drive to right-hand drive. So these things are all redesigned by our engineering crew and then manufactured by our welding team before then going on to their further processes and steps before going into the vehicle. And you'll actually see two of the boys working here building a system out. Everything's built to a jig, so every single vehicle, and you'll see them scattered around, everything's built using a jig, so we ensure that we have the right size, dimensions, measurements, etc. And we have very good looking welding boys who do all of our work. Is that right? Good looking welders? Yeah. So incredibly talented. I think something that I often talk about, and I guess in a way this is replacing our customers flying into visitors. So I mean, just this week alone, I've had 3 customers fly in overseas. We're in Sri Lanka, flown internationally to come visit us and see what we do here. And a lot of them is about just seeing the detail, getting a feel for it, getting a sense of the scale of our operation, the capability of our team, and hopefully we're conveying that and you're seeing that in this video. Let's just step through a couple more sections as we're down in the back corner. So this is our CNC area. So this is where we literally CNC cut. So you can see actually the remnants of steel plate. This is for armoring of vehicles, down to pre-cut plates, steel plates, which go from here. So obviously, well, maybe not obviously, designed by our engineering crew, put into CAD, cut with a CNC machine, over to a welding team who then weld it out, off to our paint shop to ensure that it's painted to end up with our finished product. So we go from engineered products, CNC machined, welded by our welding team, into our paint team who are truly talented, and we end up with a finished product. In this case, a mounting bracket, but this is designed for a specific vehicle, for a specific year. It is an OEM piece. The fact is, it's our OEM piece, but these are one of them. This is an example of one of the 500 odd components that we put into every vehicle that we convert. So it is down to our metal work, down to our 3D printed technology, down to our plastic injection, down to our fiberglass. Every single component is designed, built, and indeed manufactured by us. So the paint boys are in doing their work. Now their jobs are often around painting componentry that we've manufactured. It's quite heavy. They're down to fixing dents and scratches, and all the way down to putting things like, and the boys are working hard, but actually hydro dipping parts, whether they're plastic or indeed metal, to be able to get wood grain patterns, etc. And let's see if this is live on air and we can make this happen. We're going to see the live product, and it's very exciting YouTube if this is going to work. Bang, have a look. That is awesome. Not bad, boys. The thing that I love, and you know, as I say, we've got 180 crew here. It's kind of like a symphony, you know what I mean? In the sense that you can't just have people who are, you can't just have good welders or good electricians or good mechanics. For it to be perfect, for a vehicle to be perfect, every single team member, every part of the orchestra has to be perfect. And what we saw there with the hydro dipping, that's raw skill. That's a huge amount of experience having done these things hundreds and hundreds, or indeed for a lot of our crew, thousands and thousands of times, which is why our vehicles are perfect. So let's walk on. All right, so let's keep walking. So we run 20 production bays in this building, so we're converting 20 vehicles at a time. Another Camaro. But as we walk through, and it is bloody hard to walk backwards, another Yukon Denali. Again, you know it's a Denali Ultimate. Kishani, Shamal, how are we? This is in left-hand drive, so this is just about to go into production. So you can see that these things are absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So in bay 16, ready for conversion. So literally within a month, this is going to go from being left-hand drive to right-hand drive. This is super cool. So this is a Dodge Durango that we are converting from left-hand drive to right-hand drive. Let's just pop in and have a look at it. Super cool thing. So if you don't know the Durango, then you're missing out. It is the SUV that's got the heart of a Challenger. So you can get the same engine as that Hellcat that we saw before in this 6-seat SUV. But have a look at this one. Make sure I don't chop Mario's legs off. Good morning, mate.
Good morning.
So this will be the first ever right-hand drive Dodge Durango anywhere on planet Earth, anywhere in the universe. So it is a perfect example of why for 30 years we have been recognised as the world leader. We can take a platform like the Durango, which does not come in right-hand drive, common through every single vehicle that you see here today, and we have the skill set, whether it's our engineering crew, our production crew, our quality crew, to be able to design and then indeed manufacture a right-hand drive variant. I'm super excited by that. I love them. 6-seat SUV, you know, SRT Hellcat engines, they are unbelievably cool. But first in the world. So we step into our HVAC team, so heating and air conditioning, and what I guess a lot of people maybe don't realise is that when you've got your left-hand drive vehicle on the passenger side, the right-hand drive, where the glove box is or behind the glove box is in fact a huge amount of your AC or HVAC system. So when we convert a vehicle from left-hand drive to right-hand drive, we have to reverse engineer the complete HVAC system and redesign and remanufacture it. So instead of all of that component being on the right-hand side, because that's where the steering wheel's going to go, it's going to go on the left-hand side. So working with our engineers, our 3D printing capability, we then produce the right-hand drive HVAC systems. And for us, and indeed with our quality team, it goes all the way down to the level of actually measuring the airspeed that comes out of the vents when the vehicle is left-hand drive OEM, and ensuring that when we've converted the vehicle to right-hand drive, we have the same amount of airspeed coming out. So let's walk through, and again, nobody's ever seen this. Unless you've flown here with my permission and had a tour by me, people don't see it. It's quite good working in tandem with your cameraman because he just lifted his eyebrows to go, Rob, you're about to crash into something. But let me show you our 3D printing room. Come and have a look at this. All right, so I'm going to take you into our 3D printing and scanning room. Now we have a secondary area in another building, and we've moved a couple of our pieces of equipment out that we don't want to. We like sharing, but we don't like sharing too much because there is a lot of tech and indeed a lot of intellectual property that we're pretty protective of. But in here, there's some pretty cool pieces of technology and skill sets. So Narendra, one of our best looking engineers, no, best qualified engineers, is that what it is? Running our 3D scanning. So whether, for a vehicle comes in, so whether it's a metal part or indeed a plastic part, if we need to reproduce it, we will go through and 3D scan it. So we are using, believe me, a ridiculously expensive but amazingly capable 3D scanner. So we'll do a complete 3D scanning of steering assembly in this case, and then I'm going to slip through and jump in the way, and hopefully you might be able to pick that up, but you can see then the 3D render. What we will do then, and I always do like saying we, because it suggests that actually I'm smart enough to do it, but from here, a component is scanned, it's then sent up to our design studio team, boys and girls who are unbelievably talented. Then using some pretty cool software, they will reverse engineer it, flip it from left-hand drive to right-hand drive. We then go through and then start our manufacturing process. That can be done with 3D printing, can be done in plastic, can be done in metal in this example. And you'll probably see, let's get an example, where, and look, it's not the same steering rack component, but you get the concept, which is we scan the original left-hand drive component, our reverse engineering team flip it, and I make it sound very easy. It is quite difficult. We then 3D print the part. Now, obviously, we're not going to put a 3D printed plastic steering rack component in your vehicle, but we do that so we can test fitment, angle, all of those sorts of details, and we then go and machine it back in metal. And when we talk about machining in metal, and I'm going to go a bit out of the process here, so everything that we do that's metal goes through a hardness tester. So this is super cool, and apparently you shouldn't put your finger in these things, but this allows us to be able to test the hardness of all of the steels. So our engineers will go through, and it's quite interesting in the sense that we will do a hardness test of the metal stock that we use. So if we're building a rack, as an example, we will go through and do a hardness testing of the original OEM piece, and a chemical analysis so that we know what steel is used. We then go and source our stock product, our steel. We then go through and do a hardness testing to ensure again that it meets our standards. We then go and do a manufacturing process and come back again to ensure it suits or it matches the exact specifications that we need. Sitting here is our profile projector, which is this machine, not this engineer. But this is where we go through, and again, you can probably pick up, if we can drop in onto the screen, where we can actually look at the profile. So it's effectively a massive microscope, maybe, that actually allows you to see the profile, so you can actually ensure that any of the machine parts, gears as an example, are absolutely perfect. And then sitting through here is part of our 3D printing capability. Again, as I say, there's another area that we're not showing today, but this gives us the ability to be able to do either rapid prototyping. So again, another example of a 3D printed rack. So we can test fitment, angle, those sorts of things, or indeed down to a finished product. So that will be a door switch panel. So on the right-hand drive of the vehicle, on the left-hand side of the vehicle, originally the left-hand side door switch panel would have had 4 buttons, needs to be redesigned for 1 button. So this is an original piece printed in 3D plastic, which we then mold and create, and we won't go into too much detail, but super cool. Pimble, you okay? Do you want to say hello to your mum on our YouTube video? And your dad?
Yep, hi.
So again, we've actually stripped back a bit of our technology and we've very intentionally hidden a few bits and pieces, but hopefully this gives you a bit of a sense of, this is not something you do, it's not a backyard operation, it's not something you do in a shed with whatever. This is a professional operation. So you've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of our engineers at work in here, let alone everybody scattered throughout the building, but it just gives you a sense of the level of detail. And I say in lots of our videos, you know, most of our conversions are, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 700 parts that we do, but it's down to this level. Scanning the original OEM, reverse engineering it, printing it using 3D printing technology to ensure fitment is correct, manufacturing, whether it's in metal, steel, or indeed into plastic or fiberglass, depending upon the vehicle, but then down to the details, hardness testing. I mean, these machines are not cheap, but it's the attention to detail, which is critically important. And for me, the critically important part is, you know, again, highly capable and experienced engineering crew, expensive piece of equipment, very rigorous testing, but it's actually that testing that's going to save your life. Because if any of your steering system is built using poor quality metal, when you're in an accident or whether you're under extreme braking situations, that is when you are very happy that we've done our job properly, not in some backyard bullshit operation. Keep walking. Let's show us. Now I'm going to show you something that's really cool. Come and have a look at this. All right, so I'm going to show you something really cool. So you've seen so far our muscle cars, Dodge Challengers, Camaros, lots of pickup trucks. What have we seen? Toyota, GMC, Fords, different ranges. But this is super cool. So this is a GMC Yukon Denali. You've seen plenty. We are known worldwide for converting them, have for many years. What you haven't seen though is this bit. So let's just pop up here, and it might be a bit hard to see when we're a week or so away from this bad boy being finished. But if you look carefully, you'll notice here that it has a roof lift. So that we've actually lifted the roof on the Yukon Denali by 6 inches. So this is a brand new vehicle. Pop the roof by 6 inches, and as we slide in here, jump in boys, just for 1 quick second. The thing that's different about this is that you'll notice that it has a pit partition with a TV screen in it, which is obviously sliding up and down screen. And then as we pan in, if you can pan in there, and you can actually show that we've taken out the complete interior and it comes with an engineer and a senior production guy. Now, what this vehicle is our CEO vehicle, and it is a fully customized GMC Yukon Denali. So we literally lift the roof, put a partition in so you have a separate private driver's compartment. We take out the original middle row and the back row seats and put in either 2 or 4 captain's chairs. It is absolutely unbelievable. These also come as fully armored options. So if you want a bulletproof version, then we can do a little of that for you as well. So we convert quite a wide range of SUVs. Absolutely the most popular and my favorite is the GMC Yukon Denali. You've seen our CEO, you've seen the Dodge Durango. This is an absolutely beautiful Lincoln Navigator. So whether it's the Navigator Reserve or indeed the Black Label, this is a Reserve, so mid-range. It's the L, the long version. I'm just watching so I don't fall over myself. But you can see here, as we slip past, she is a couple of days away from being complete. But there is no doubt the Lincoln is instantly recognizable when it comes to luxury, and they have a particular style and feel about them that are, that's immensely popular with the market. So depending upon whether you want a small rocket ship like a Dodge Durango, whether you want something like the GMC Yukon Denali, the Toyota Sequoia, the Hummer EV SUV, of course, the Lincoln, or one of our customized special vehicles, we have the ability to be able to suit or source and then indeed convert the exact vehicle that you want. Last couple of quick areas in our tour. I was only going to make this short, but whenever I take people for a walk around our facility, which is what I'm doing, I get a bit excited. We're into our electrical team, so this is where our team of 20 plus auto electricians work on our wiring loom modifications, moving the switch panel or the door switch panels from left-hand drive to right-hand drive, down to seat modifications where we need to move heating and the ventilation from left to right-hand drive. The mechanics, a lot of vehicles will have, high power, multi-function driver seats, but less function on the passenger side, so we swap that over. Airbags, it's all the auto electrician technologies. And plus, when you think of the CEO vehicle we showed you a few moments ago, you're stepping up into a different realm. We're talking about a vehicle that's got a refrigerator, it's got a partition with a sliding television in it, it's got a 5G Wi-Fi router in it, it's got a PlayStation in it, it's got a Sonos soundbar. We're starting to get pretty complex. And there we go, we're kind of coming back to the start. One of my favorites that, we've got a lot of YouTube videos on each of these vehicles. This today is a bit of a factory tour. So if you love things like this, which is the ZL1 Camaro in right-hand drive, it is an absolute beast of a machine. So when it comes to, and this is ready to go, ready to be exported, going through its final quality inspections. So as I say, when it comes to whether you want a muscle car, a Challenger, that'd be a Camaro, Rob, a Camaro or a Dodge Challenger, whether you want a pickup truck, so you've got, what have we got there, the F350 behind us, and a GMC there, we've seen the Toyota Tundra, or any of our SUVs. There is only one person to talk to, one organisation to talk to, it's us. If you haven't done so already, please do me a favour and hit the subscribe button. It just helps us out and ensures that as we're producing our content, you're being notified. So we're trying to drop out, 1 or 2 videos every week. So just trying to share with the world what it is that we do. Hopefully that's been enjoyable. Hit a like, drop a comment. So if there's something you'd like to see in a bit more detail, if you've sort of seen what we've done today or I've done today and gone, actually, Rob, I'd really like some more information about how you do your steering or how you do the dashboards or your quality assurance processes, etc., then simple. Drop us a comment and myself and the team will work together to actually produce something that you want to see. The other option is you're all invited. So if you are looking at buying an American car, if you have a dream to buy an American SUV, pickup truck, muscle car, that you want to get it converted to right-hand drive, then it's simple. Drop us an email, hit us up on WhatsApp, give us a phone call, but ultimately jump on an aeroplane and come and have a look yourself. Come and drive the cars, get a true sense and feeling of what it is that we proudly do here in Sri Lanka. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.